Yesterday, I had the opportunity to sit down with some of my colleagues from 12 Consulting Group and talk about a new service or new offering that they're providing around helping companies design and implement a center of excellence around Anaplan. And that got me thinking about a McKinsey article that I read probably about 18 months ago that talked about, kind of a winning strategy, if you will, for CPG companies in what they call the new normal, the next normal, which is really the period we're in now. It's post-COVID, high inflation, changes in consumer behavior and demand, all of these kinds of things that are exerting pressure on CPG companies. And really, what are the characteristics of those companies that are winning, the ones that are really achieving profitable growth? So I thought there was one point in there that kind of connected back to the center of excellence. Let me share my screen here, and we'll kind of look at this. So this was the article, Charting a Winning Course for CPG Value Creation. And there were three basically observations they made for winning companies. The one I want to focus on is this one. Above all, the companies that achieve profitable growth differentiate themselves through superior execution. And this is kind of different today. In the past, CPG companies could win not necessarily through superior execution, but through things like, very clever mergers and acquisition, right? Inorganic growth, going out and purchasing smaller companies and then leveraging their scale to grow those products, those categories, and that's how they'd achieve their profitable growth. Or they could grow through essentially being in the right place at the right time. If we think about different product categories, say, for example, carbonated water, right? Flavored water, that was a growing category that if you happen to have a product in that category, you were going to just naturally grow. You had a piece of a pie and the pie itself was growing. But if we think about this idea of superior execution, it's all about the pie being essentially the same size. And the only way you can grow your slice of the pie is to basically take it away from your competitor. And so if we look at, some of those characteristics, growth is about out executing your peers. McKinsey does a nice job of laying out, sort of the rationale of the data that supports that hypothesis. And they lay out kind of the different capabilities that you need to have. Where do you need to out execute? So they talk about agile innovation. They talk about, data-driven marketing as a capability that allows you to out execute your competition. They talk about something near and dear to my heart, precision revenue growth management, as a capability. So there's a number of capabilities that are here. But I think that when we look at these, we get a little bit maybe too focused on the technology. And, there's the old adage of the three, kind of areas of people, process, and technology. Maybe one could argue there's a fourth one around data. But I think oftentimes technology takes kind of the leading role. We often forget about the process and maybe more importantly, the people part of the equation. And that's really where the center of excellence comes into play. And so what 12 has done is they've taken the lessons learned from, engaging with, hundreds of different projects around Anaplan and building out, what are the key deliverables, the key strategies, how do you implement and design a center of excellence? And now it's an offering that we have that we can provide our CPG clients as they build out that Anaplan Center of Excellence. And where I feel like this is super powerful is it really can pull on two different levers, right? So the first is with a center of excellence, you're able to, as you build out that connected planning roadmap and add on different use cases, you have that internal capability, that center of excellence, to accelerate the time to value, right? You can deliver those use cases faster. You can deliver them with fewer resources. You can leverage the learning from other use cases in your data hub. So there's really this accelerated time to value. And so you're kind of, pushing that, maybe you can almost argue that revenue side of the equation. The second piece though, is from a cost standpoint, by leveraging your center of excellence, your in-house resources that has been, designed and architected and implemented optimally, you can pull the cost lever and pull down the cost of implementing and deploying and rolling out those various use cases. So it's really kind of a win-win capability that you have. So I think it's a really exciting offering that we have. If you'd like to learn more please reach out and we'd be happy to discuss. Thanks a lot and have a great day.